Right, on that note...
Okay.
The fact I have chosen makes it even better.
I didn't.
I like the, today was the first time I've actually driven right way through the high street, and I like the glass baubles. Yeah. I really like those actually.
Every visit, but street life, have you seen street life? It's unbelievable. It's lovely, lovely, lovely. Congrats. Brilliant.
Yeah. Lots of positive feedback.
Yeah, lots.
Right, on that positive note,
on.
tonight's meeting, we don't have any apologies for absence. Any declarations of interest? If anything comes up, just put your hand up and...
Can I ask you, whilst I remember, sign into this book, is that right?
Yeah.
Just pass it down.
The minutes of the meeting of Plans A held on the 15th of November. Can I sign those as an accurate record of our meeting? Yes, you can. No public questions?
No, don't be received.
So we're going to be looking at applications that were registered during the week ending the 25th of November and the week ending the 2nd of December. I note that we've got no letter of rejection in respect to 10 and 12 Jameson Road, which we can refer to when we come to those applications, both of those applications. But let's start on page 1, 7 Grant Gardens. So, looking at this, Helen, there's already a forward projection, but what's happened here is they're proposing a 2-storey.
They are, yes.
Quite significant in relation to the overall size of the property, but it's the final one in the close that's on the left-hand side.
It is, and it's got a little bit of it's got to look a little bit of that sort of nature anyway, with this sort of sloping forward projection on the roof form.
Because judging from the application, the sort of building line in front, is that coming forward at all?
No. What have I got to say? Extending the double garage forward to accommodate the first floor extension over. So I think it is coming further forward, yes, but I think they're coming slightly further forward so that they can accommodate a little bit more in the garage.
Okay.
Yeah, and it sides onto the playing field of St George's.
Yeah, and that right of way that's on the side there. Yeah. So, everybody happy with the recommendation?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. 18 and 18A Stewart Road. Now, this is one that we saw before, and you can remember we recommended refusal, and indeed so did the district council there. Now, I have to say, I had a look at this, Heather, and I could see very little difference, particularly in relation to our prime concern with the detrimental impact on the streets.
Yeah.
There's
no change, surely. Yeah.
I think it's a bit less at the back.
Oh, yes, but that's
the
irrelevant to the streets thing, yeah.
I'll show you, yeah. What they have done is, so we've got here 3450 is the new scheme, so you can see that they've outlined sort of in hatched red the old application, and then obviously the image on the inside is the new. So to me, as Councillor Green said, I cannot see that there's anything really enough to have addressed our previous concerns really, or even what the district council said.
So, I mean, we were concerned about the street scene, and then so was the district council. Parking. So, shall we repeat what we said before?
I think we have to, yeah.
I mean, we could qualify it by saying that we're disappointed, but let's leave it. Yeah.
Keep it simple.
So, no comment required on Fortnum's Field. Right, yes. Now there are two applications in relation to the Red Cow. If you recall, this was something that we had no objection to. The District Council refused it. It went to appeal and it was allowed. So the issue now is to what extent is this different from the appeal scheme? And to what extent are the two applications different? But let's concentrate on this one first.
Well, to be honest, the two applications for the Red Cow are they're the same essentially really, but just that one relates to locally is the listed building consent.
Oh, I see.
So there is actually
Okay.
it's the same,
Okay.
yeah, same design, but it's just that they're asking for the listed building because it's a grade 2 listed building. So my notes are. HCC has no problem with the initial applications. Changes are on the whole minor and does not extend more on the footprint. Mainly window changes in a larger section of glass panelling which cannot be seen from the road.
Okay, this was the glass panelling that sort of splits the listed bit from the block at the back.
Yeah, so sort of just taking further details here from the design and access statement. It says the proposal follows recently approved applications with similar forms of development. It's noted that the proposal will be located on an identical footprint as the approved scheme. The height of the main extension will not be increased and the internal ground floor space will not be altered in any way. The main differences between the applications are as follows. The height of the approved glazed link has been increased to first floor level in order to provide a more aesthetically pleasing arrangement, which is that glass panelling. The hipped roof forms of the proposed extension adjacent to the listed building have been revised to become a gable to improve integration. First floor windows and existing two-storey flat roof extension have been infilled. Insertion of two first floor side-facing windows in the side elevations of the existing two-storey rear extension and additional roof lights and proposed rear extension. So it is really just they've come to build it and there's something actually would like to just have some site mentioned. I have got the schemes here, I mean there's quite a lot of them, but that really was the main one that leapt out at me, was the glass.
And that's the bit that you obviously don't see that from the road.
No.
Do you consider that material?
Yeah. Well, I'm happy with Heather's recommendation. I don't.
Yeah.
Does anybody else have any?
There wasn't really anything dramatically different. I think it's no different than what we've seen with other applications where somebody has come to build it and decided they would like a door where a window is, or vice versa.
I mean,
I
don't
don't think
build
it's
it, but...
detriment to the character of the property.
Right.
It was
We've got to be
like
cognizant
next
of
to
the
a
appeal.
building supply yard before.
Exactly.
I think.
Yes.
Okay,
Definitely.
happy with the recommendation. Excellent, thank you. Now, just to the close, the previous application, I don't think it was this committee or the other one, had no objection, but it was refused and indeed the appeal was dismissed. However, so what they've done is they've gone back to 142085 and they just want to make some slight amendments to that to have a flat roof and a roof lantern on the conservatory bit to the rear. I'm very happy, no objection.
Seems like, not sure why.
Yeah.
He refused it, man.
I think the previous one was a bit messy. You know, we're saying incongruous, unsympathetic, visually intrusive. Yeah.
No.
I can sort of see where they were coming from,
Yeah.
but this
No.
the 142085 was a much more reasonable one, given that this is a relatively small single-story building. Okay, done?
Yes.
Now, land to the rear of 10 and 12 Jameson Road. So we've got two applications. This one is I think the more contentious of the two, where there is reference to. So perhaps it's just worth me saying. So this was 2015. So have you seen this before?
Yes.
You have.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So I don't know whether it was before or after.
It's a huge
Before after the election last time around. So it went to appeal and has been allowed.
Yes.
But the developer is now coming back with For a bit more.
Well, they're basically asking for conservatories,
For
aren't
3
they?
conservatories. There was also, I mean, and there are a number of objections online. We've got the objection that is in our pack here from the lady that lives in Stonemason. But online there was reference to boundary walls and
Discrepancies with the information.
yeah, but I couldn't see that there was anything in the planning application that relates to those boundary walls. Well, I missed it.
No, well, I mean, all that we're looking at is essentially whether or not we are happy for the inclusion of these 3 conservatories on plots 1,
Yes.
2 and 3.
Let's just simplify that.
Which is, you know, anything other than that, we're not really in a position to comment on, are we?
Well, no, not unless there was an element, because there's reference to landscaping being part of the planning application. And I wondered if that's why there were these objections in relation to the boundary wall and the holly hedge. But Harry, can you just give me the block plan for a second?
This one?
Yeah. So that's Jenison Road. That's 7 Westfield.
Let's go and book that. Oh yeah, it's 7, yeah.
Westfield Drive, I think it is, isn't it? Or the cul-de-sac. Yeah.
Westfield Place.
It's one of those.
Yeah, I think that's a good place, I think, isn't it?
So maybe if this boundary along here,
There's one between plot 1 and we've got 7 Westfield Avenue,
yeah,
and plot 2,
Westfield Avenue.
plot 2 and 7 Westfield Avenue.
okay.
That's to do with the height of boundary walls. And the other one was 16 Dale Close and plot 3.
That's over here, yeah.
Was to do with the how close it is to the boundary.
Right, okay. Well, look, let's look at the conservatories first. And presumably the plot 3 one, Pip, was in relation to the conservatory, which is the yellow conservatory, I think, isn't it? Is it that one there? Is that plot 3?
Yeah.
I think all that has changed is literally the inclusion of these conservatories.
Right.
This mentioning of the landscaping, that's the description of the original planning application.
Right.
So the condition, removal of condition relates, it says we are proposing conservatories to plots 1, 2 and 3.
Okay.
That is literally all that we are looking
Yes.
at here in terms of difference. So I don't think we're given the opportunity to come back and look afresh at everything else.
And bearing in mind the appeal, we shouldn't.
Well, it's entirely up to you, but ultimately we're only asked as part of this application to look at this variation of condition 2, which is the approved plan.
Well, let's just focus on the conservatories first and foremost. Any views?
I find it very difficult to approve them when they're based on an application that we suggested refusal of in the first place. So although their appeal has been allowed, our view is that they shouldn't have been given permission.
Yeah, it's scheme.
Yeah.
So I
I
don't
look
see
at it-
how we can approve.
I looked at how material is something, another definition, but how material is the conservatory thing?
I mean, ultimately, they're trying to make them more saleable, aren't they, by having a nice conservatory on the back.
It's having floor space, more floor space.
Yeah, but what are they? They're 3 metres by 3 metres, maybe a little bit more than that.
I mean, is the conservatories actually causing any loss of amenity to either of the residents now? I mean, that's probably where we should focus on. We don't like the actual plan itself. I think I remember being on the committee when we said to refuse it. I remember it well. But we can't say we're not going to allow this because we don't like the scheme. I can see where you're coming from, Pip, but I think we've got to look at this in isolation. And in terms of planning proposals, would it break any of them in terms of amenity, size, scale, and all the rest of them, these conservatories. I don't think it would.
Well, there are, conservatories are obviously single stories, so they're lower down, so it's not as though this is two-story rear with projection, looking at these particular properties. Can I just understand, in relation to the other two, because they're not on this box out that I've got, where do they actually stick out?
So this one here, this is plot 1. And
Okay, so coming off the
Yeah.
back of this, there.
yeah, and
And,
then plot,
and sorry Heather, can you just
Yeah.
confirm that is a pitched roof, so it's not a glazed conservatory or
no,
a flat
it's
roof
one
with
of
a
these ones
lantern?
with like a, I think it is a lantern type style.
Orangery.
Yeah, I thought people were getting
No,
rid of
that's plot 2,
conservatories now.
sorry, that's plot
They're called
2.
orangeries.
Orangeries
that's
now,
what-
changed.
Yeah, no, this one here is plot 1, and
Yeah.
this is the information for plot 2.
Okay,
And that's plot 2, elevation, so that's the, so that's plot 2.
so that,
This is plot 1, sorry David, actually.
Plot two.
This is like a follow-on.
so, yeah, I wouldn't call that conservatory, that's part of the single story extension, isn't it?
Good point there.
With those,
Yep.
yeah.
So that one, that particular plot 1.
Okay, and I still don't understand plot 2 then, just,
So then, is this plot 2?
Yeah.
so where's that sticking out? So you've got dormers going off to the side.
It might be one underneath it.
That's 3.
Oh,
Oh, no,
yeah, that one, yeah, that's plot 2. So if we just try and get our bearings, comes off the back here then.
I mean, that doesn't look like a conservatory to me, that looks like an extension with bifold doors.
Yeah.
Then you could say, I mean, it's nothing to do with the sun. It's rather like saying putting permitted single-story the extension on the rear, which you're allowed to do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
well,
haven't built the house yet,
No,
though.
I realise that, but I said it's not quite the same thing.
Yeah.
Does it, because what we said before was it represented a cramped form of overdevelopment basically. Does this make it even more cramped?
I mean, to be honest, the crampedness comes from the two-story elements on the roof,
Yes.
particularly in terms of 4 and 5, and then the
That's
way
what
that
it does.
the 3 are close together. You know, it's the front elevations that were
The height as well, isn't it, the
Yeah,
roof
yeah.
form.
so sticking on a 3-metre box on the back on a single story. I mean, in order of in terms of that impact, I would say 2 probably has the least impact because that's got the long garden going back to stone facings. There's, as far as 3 is concerned, there is that change of levels, and it's difficult to judge the extent to which number 3 is overlooking 16 and the other one's in dull close. And then for number 1, I mean, that's going straight back down the middle of the garden, but, I do accept the view that is that the conservatory, or is it just an extension, of the single-story extension? Because it's going back down the middle, it probably has least impact on number 7, number 4, and number 8. Sorry, plot 4, number 8. I could go either way. Let's just go around the table then. Recommend refusal, express
I would recommend refusal, and also based on the discrepancies that residents have highlighted.
No,
Okay,
strongly in favour, no objection at all.
no objection, okay.
Well, I was leaning on the express concern, but to be honest, happy to go with no objection. I don't see the main problem is the development which we proposed, but
Yes,
we're
which
not
we-
about that, so...
We were beaten on that.
How about if we end up on balance and expressing concern? Can we live with that for the committee?
Yes, I'll be able to do that.
Okay.
Okay, express concern. That or?
The committee expresses concern that having secured consent on appeal, the developer is now seeking further extensions to 3 properties. The committee was particularly concerned that in the case of plots 1 and 2, the proposals are for in effect single-story rear extensions with pitched tile roofs. Rather than conservatories. Anything else to add? Just what, can you remember what number 16 Bell Close said?
But they had a party wall agreement sent to them, and
16 Bell Close? Yeah, okay.
but there's discrepancies with the I think what the application states and what the party wall agreement states. So I've written down party wall agreement states at 6 metres between each other, and on the application it says 11 metres. So that's in relation to plot 3.
6 metres?
So they're concerned about the foundations of their own house.
That's 16 Bell Close?
So that's the party wall agreement they've been sent.
I'm struggling to understand.
Unless I've mixed too much, but definitely plot 3 and 16 Bell Close.
You see, there's something there. Well, I don't know if that's some sort of boundary or some sort of hedging. Proposed new planting. You see, that's...
Remember in their original drawings, they hadn't put, there was an extension that was already built, wasn't there? There wasn't in any of the application.
that was 7, that was that one, 7 Westfield Avenue. And it's on there now. I think it's that stuff around the back there.
The 16, here's 16 Del Close there.
And this is, that's miles away, so I don't want anything to do with foundations.
Oh, to do with the, that wall.
There's something, no, because I think
the
that,
one
according to the colour coding here, that's landscaping.
Maybe to provide a little bit of privacy.
What are these? They're not referring to this, are they?
They're trees, aren't they?
Well, they're
Boxes, are they
sheds at the bottom through the garden, I think. Okay. Well, certainly think that there's
When
not...
I can scale it, do you want me to go and get my ruler? Because this is A3, so
Well,
I
I
can
mean,
scale it.
if we assume that's about 3 metres, it's a long way away. Okay, so is there anything else that we want to... So we've talked about... We've talked about these not being conservatories. In relation to plot 3, can we sort of reiterate the third paragraph, Heather? So,
Yeah.
in relation to plot 3, the committee remains concerned. That the conservatory to the rear which people and so forth is not acceptable given the topography and window-to-window distances delta.
You're saying that the conservatory is not acceptable?
Yeah, in the same way that we said the house was acceptable because of that topography.
Not acceptable.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm happy with that, but...
Well, I said we said remain concerned.
Yes, that's what I was...
Yeah.
In relation to plot 3, the committee remains concerned that the conservatory to the rear is not acceptable given the topography and window to
No,
window.
let's change that to...
Could it be necessary? It may not be acceptable.
Yeah, or we'll talk about privacy or something. Sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't like the...
The conservatory to the rear.
Is not acceptable given the topography.
Hang on, to the rear.
Yeah, it's still the
Given
same
the
issue.
topography.
I should
Well,
say... No,
it's raised, so I suppose we have
So
to
that you want
raise it because it's been it's moving as well, so the same.
I don't-
Will have a detrimental impact
But,
on
Dave, I'm sorry to go on, but it's just that what we're hammering is, I think we're expressing a judgment and we're saying the whole thing is not acceptable. I just like the words may not be acceptable.
Yeah, okay. Well, we've changed. Can we just read what we said now?
Yeah, we might.
It's just a wording.
Right, so in relation to plot 3, the committee remains concerned that the conservatory to the rear may not be acceptable given topography and window-to-window distances.
No, well, I was going to take out the may not be acceptable. So, given the conservatory... The committee remains concerned that the conservatory to the rear, comma,
Yeah, so take out this bit here.
given the topography and window-to-window distances,
Yeah, given
the topography and window-to-window distances will have detrimental impact on properties and on property. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Interesting to watch this. As ever. There's always one, you know, that's.
Well, if you think it's taken such a long time to even get to this stage with a number that kept coming back and forward. Most of them went to Ming's meeting, I seem to remember.
Oh, I've seen it.
Loads and loads of
That's
these
probably
things.
before I was a councillor. Yeah. Right, we've done the Red Cow. 15 Park Mount. We had no objection. It seemed very similar to the previous one.
Yeah, the scheme does not differ from the previously withdrawn scheme, the previous version.
Okay.
It was down to everything, like all the reference numbers, on plans.
So we don't know why it's been withdrawn.
No.
They may
No.
have filled the forms in incorrectly or something.
Could have been.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the same applies before?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
156 Cravels Road. Now, this was refused based on the materials that were proposed. So it wasn't. So the design is exactly the same, I think, isn't it? The plans are the same, but I assume now they'll get the materials right, whereas before they were proposing something
A bit outlandish.
a bit different. So Heather's No objection to subject to no loss of amenity, and appropriate design and use of materials. I think we'll address that perfectly.
Yeah, no loss of immunity, yeah.
Yeah,
So it's locally listed thing.
Cradles right, yeah.
and that's why the materials
Yeah.
were key. Yeah, it must have been a bit naive of them to
Yes.
do something out of keeping. But I see. Hang on, if I read it, the use of powder-coated steel windows and doors is not comply with condition 2. Okay, so we've highlighted the material issues. That's fine. Lot conversion at 104 Overstone Road. This is one of those sort of funny flat split properties, but
Yeah.
they were just
Only adding Velux windows to the roof and 2 windows to the side. No overlooking, no impact on anyone. Adding
Well, that's
bedroom, uncertain about the parking, not to detail.
Perfectly okay.
yeah. I've got a feeling there's a sort of garage court there, but
Yeah, around the back.
yeah, but that's fine. That's perfect. Heather.
Because they didn't actually left.
Yeah.
And I did think in pics and
Yeah.
Okay. HSBC wants some new signs, including 3 internally illuminated individual.
Yeah.
letters.
basically HSBC has become HSBC UK.
Okay.
So the new signage basically replaced existing with the new name. No new signage, no increase in size, very
No
limited.
problem.
But is the existing one internally illuminated? Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
They're not getting rid of the nice pictures of Asia and stuff like that, are they? They've got in the windows.
They did talk about some vinyls,
Mm.
so maybe if it's going to be HSBC UK,
Okay.
maybe it's
Yeah.
pictures of...
Well, there's
Can't make
a
the
nice
picture
picture
like.
there of sort of a nice sort of Asian sort of scene.
That's the one. Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of. Yeah, on Station Road. Yeah, and there's a few other ones. Yeah. So as long as I keep that.
To be honest, the district council keeps missing them anyway, don't they?
Or people just put them up and fly in the face of... Are those the vinyls there?
Yes.
Can you see?
I'm just going to double check after you saying, oh yes, maybe. To be absolutely sure. I'm pretty sure that where it says existing fascia sign to be replaced, existing box sign. So basically, it's just the frontage of these boxes being changed. So that one, this one, oh no, that's existing, Harry. That's the new one. There's an Asian scene, but it's
Well, no, it is
different.
Asian actually. It's a Dublin, isn't it?
Oh, is it? Oh, I can't.
It's what?
It's a hot Dublin.
Oh.
Dublin.
Oh no, that's those things they put up into the sky.
Oh, is it?
On
Oh
celebrations,
no.
I think.
Oh no,
Is
no.
it? Or
Oh,
those?
no,
But then again,
Hazard horses.
you
will
might be
chewing
right.
them,
It could be a balloon, but then again, it's a bit.
It's sure it's not blitz.
A blip, yeah.
Right, we're done on HSBC then.
Yeah, full of hot air that one.
Okay, so we don't need to go Kipling Way, up to Garden, Walden Court. We're back to Jameson. Now this one on Jameson was just shutting the garage a little bit and putting in a window to the side. And I
Yes,
can't...
whether or not you feel you want to go
I've got no
amendments to
objection.
general non-impactful changes come about by observations during the final building stages. No consequential change to appeal.
Oh yeah, as long as there's no problems with window to window, amenity, regards to that.
Kitchen
then-
windows.
It is, it's like, you know, the windows there are highlighted, it's just glance very quickly, if you like. Those are the ones that have got the yellow. Yeah, they're sort of kind of, nothing particularly,
Significant.
no, not really.
Okay, no objection?
No objection.
Yeah.
No, we,
Yeah, the space of windows apart there, and that one there, they've just changed it to be longer. So it's just,
Utility rooms.
yeah.
Okay, so you did want us to have a look at the next one, which is 3 Clarendon Road. this is the replacement conservatory and the additional carport. And just before you came in, I was looking to see if this was locally listed, but it's not.
Okay.
So,
Little theme.
big hedge, remote garage, and the proposal has a new garage with a sail over it.
Sale?
A sail.
Well, yes, this sort of kind of rather stretched canopy. Describe it really.
And then a rather funkier looking conservatory.
Yes, I mean, I had no issue with the conservatory, ample space on the plot to accommodate, but I'm certain about the proposed carport and membrane in this location. Seems large and secured by metal frames, not in keeping. It's like sort of something you see on car forecourts nowadays.
Oh, I know, oh, I get it,
Shielding,
yeah. Yeah, this is, it's carport or something you see in America maybe.
They shield it from the heat.
But surely they have to get planning permission for it, because it doesn't...
Well,
Really?
whether or not they need to get planning permission for that,
Right.
or if they're just doing it because of together, with, they'd need to get planning permission for that, definitely on the house, but whether or not they, I don't know.
So, just looking at that drawing there, Heather, does the
Yes.
sail sit over the front?
Yes, sort of.
Okay, yeah. So there are two sails.
A bit like an overhang.
So there's the garage. It goes over the garage and then over this bit to the front as well.
You can sort of see it here.
Yeah, you see that
Okay.
garage there and then...
And then,
Yeah. So, let's do the conservatory first. Anybody got any objections to the conservatory? No? How about the garage and the sail then?
Oh, that's sad actually.
Doesn't bother me.
Okay.
Doesn't bother me at all.
Okay,
Oh.
no objection then?
oh wow,
Straight away.
oh, it must be nearly Christmas.
Quite funky.
I just kind of think, how long is it going to last?
Yes, I agree.
Well, I know. There we go.
No objection?
No,
Kind
it's
of, it's kind of on that bit of road and it's something anyway.
Yes.
Yeah, that's about it. It's a big lot. Think another couple of houses on there.
So you give them an idea.
Right, 301 Luton Road. This is moving a garage which is becoming a store, and then there's a big sort of wraparound, single-storey side and rear extension, and two parking spaces at the front.
The only reason why I didn't do this was because I didn't have access to the papers.
Okay.
The PDF wasn't working, so I had to wait for district council to email them. So that's why I didn't delegate it, not because I
Okay.
didn't like the look of it necessarily, but I didn't actually have access to the papers.
Fair enough.
Well, I don't
yeah.
feel particularly strongly about
There's
it.
another in down, it's converting the garage to a bedroom. Am I wrong?
No,
I thought
adding
it was
another
store.
bed. I think they're doing an extension at the back onto
The
the
rear
Or am I
onto the
getting
garage.
this confused with another application? Have you got the first floor plan?
So as you can expect, my concern was
About the
Oh.
parking, yeah.
Can you see the plot size? Yeah, really.
Yeah, but I don't think there is...
They're not building upstairs, David.
Or 50?
No, you said, can I see the first floor?
Sorry, I meant the ground floor. So
Yeah.
there's the store at the front,
Yeah.
and then there's two parking spaces, one in front of the other there.
So is that that's a new bedroom now, isn't it?
That is a bedroom. Yeah.
It is, yeah.
So,
So they are,
was that
it was part of the garage, yeah. So if we look,
So how many bedrooms do they now have in total?
I don't actually know, and I have put on
Four,
here,
okay.
I'm sure about parking. So it's, yeah, 5
So there's
bedrooms.
5 bedrooms.
Losing the garage.
Okay.
But they haven't made it clear whether or not there's going to be any
Behind the
addition.
header, isn't it?
Yeah, this is on that,
It's sort of
in,
kind of
yeah.
steps back, it's sort of behind
It's on
that.
the old road.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, because when I typed it into Google Maps, I
Yeah.
wouldn't.
But they've only got 2 parking spaces.
Okay.
Mm.
So are we happy to say no objection but express concern about the parking?
That would seem to be the
Yeah.
Standard,
standard
Standard
one. I
wording.
agree with you.
given, and highlight the additional bedroom. Of course, if they'd have called that study, then
Which would be
we wouldn't have
very
noticed.
It would have been a study with an ensuite though.
Jim,
Yeah.
Yes, you sweat a lot in there.
there was a grand piano at the moment.
Oh, I did notice that actually, yeah. No objection to the proposed extension, however,
The committee expressed concern at the adequacy of parking. Given the proposal includes the addition of a fifth bedroom. So, an illuminated sign at 389 Luton Road and then changes, alterations to stop signs, at the same property. No objection? Happy?
Yes.
Then
we
3
just
notes.
started doing work on it already. Actually, I had a bit of a shock the other day when I drove past. Charlie's restaurant has been demolished.
Oh, it's completely
gone.
gone.
And I
Just a
sort
great
of
big
tried
dinner
in,
there, wasn't
it? Been up there for ages,
and it's
that
outside
quite a
the
lot.
boundary,
So it's in
see, so
Central
it's in Central Bristol.
Where's
Now,
Charlie?
somebody had said, can you tell me there were 6 houses down there?
Well, I'm pretty sure that I saw a man with a coat that said Red Row on his back, so it's
Oh, yeah.
development.
So this is the restaurant opposite where the
The
old
Fox.
jet petrol station
Yes.
used to be,
Yes,
which is
that's
the
it.
houses.
Yeah.
And that used to be years and years ago, just as kind of like a beef eater or
It was,
It was a pub.
yes, you're
And
right.
then
Before
it
it was-
turned into a
It
pub.
was a plough.
And now is it what it used to be a Chinese? I haven't
Yeah,
been up there for ages.
yeah.
So
Then we could be also.
steep car park.
Yes.
And that was and it, because of that, it was the wrong way round, and therefore it didn't
Yeah.
attract custom,
Yeah,
and was always a bit of a loser.
yeah. So
That's gone.
It's
Yeah.
gone.
Yes.
And of course it sits in the middle of that land which is owned by Legal and General, or Legal and General has got control over it.
well, I think it's Mr. Wilson who's the CEO of Legal and General. He's been talking about housing and infrastructure and the like for quite a while. As an insurance company, so they generate a good rate of return on their investment. I'm sure that's probably what they'll be doing.
If they can get Central Bedfordshire to
Yeah.
identify it as a strategic site. Yeah. Anyway, what's this space?
Yes.
18 East Common. So
So you were happy with both of the 389
Yes.
Luton Road ones? Yeah.
Yeah.
So 18 East Common, just roof lights to the front, a couple of nice gables to the rear, dormers to the rear. That's okay for me?
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, loft
Yeah.
conversion, habitable accommodation, another bedroom, basically. I mean, they've got plenty of space for parking around.
Yeah, I mean, this is a locally listed building, so
Yeah.
you need to be a little bit careful, but
Yes.
it seemed quite relatively
It was
modern.
quite nice, actually, yeah. There was no real change to the look of the property, it was just essentially going in the loft, in the loft or the roof.
But the house can take it.
Yeah. It's a lovely house, actually.
Excellent, okay. Happy with your recommendation, and then we go to 9 High Elm.
Seven.
Sorry, 7 High Elm. And this is quite a big house, they're just sticking a couple of doors
They are.
on the rear.
I see
So,
no problem with on the rear.
And it's tucked right round the back.
At
You
the
couldn't
end.
actually see it. It was, as you go down and you sort of, the road there to
Yes,
the right,
yes,
it's
that's
actually
right.
up round to the left and back round,
Oh, I see.
hidden.
Yeah.
Like that, you see.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right, and now this is a little bit more contentious, 17 Kingcroft Avenue.
Yeah.
So this is demolishing a small bungalow and proposing a pair of 3-bedroom semis.
Let's have a look at this.
And you sort of half done the reply response. That you haven't,
Did I not finish it?
well, you haven't said what
Yeah, you
How
did
you
say
feel.
what you
how you
recommend,
feel. You
yeah.
haven't come off the fence on this one.
Oh,
So,
did I not explain to this Yeah, I didn't make sense.
so, but anyway, what Heather has highlighted is that there's only 55 square metres of amenity space in the back of each of these properties. There were 2 parking spaces in front of each in the front, wasn't there?
Well, I did finish what I was saying, did I not? I don't know, I didn't.
Well, we need to
Yes.
decide whether we're going to stick in the words
Yes.
recommend refusal
Or
or
express concern.
Well, there's not much space on Kingcroft Road, to be honest. I'm not sure how we can get 3
Have you got the street scene view?
2 semi-detached
I mean,
three-bedroom dwellings
What's
in there.
difficult with this, in a sense, is that although you can't see them fully, this was essentially something very similar, where there's these very stark-looking
Yes.
rendered houses, and the amenity space that is being proposed for these 2 new ones here matches what we've got for that there. But by the letter of the law, according to the district plan, we need to really be setting for
40 plus
yeah.
100.
I think
40,
it should be 80.
Yeah.
So have you just got the street view so we can convince Harry whether he's happy or not?
See, the thing is, these properties here, which I've always said, it is very different to every house on the road. I'm not sure how these got permission, when these went up, but they do look in stark contrast to the rest of the street.
Okay.
So if they want to do basically this here, then yes, that would look good here. But yeah, have to think of the street as a whole. At the moment, these are in stark contrast to the rest of it.
Okay, so have a look at this.
But is there enough amenity space there?
Not to the rear, no.
No.
But in terms of how the eaves line up, how the roof form, the ridge height, it's very similar, although the eaves are just slightly out. But it's very similar to what's there. Now you could almost say that this is beginning to look a bit like the terracing going on here.
Yes.
You know, it's getting a bit jam-packed, but
I mean, the ridge height is fine. It looks neat. The bungalow, I mean, I say about these houses being in stark contrast to the rest of the street, saying the bungalow is also in stark contrast because the rest of the street is terraced housing. I don't think there is any other bungalows on this street soon. Well, the amenity space is the main problem, but I'm happy to express concern and not go out and recommend refusal on this.
I would go with that.
okay, good.
Yeah.
So, I mean, are you wanting to express concern to Peter about the amenity space?
Yeah.
Because I think,
After your however,
I think ultimately it improves
Well, actually,
the team.
extra.
Yeah. I mean, it is a shame they used some funny materials to do the other ones
Awful
with.
materials.
Right, okay, the committee on
They
favour
could've
this size
kept
and
the
style
same
of
colours
new
as
build
the
in
rest
the
of the
town,
street.
however, express concern.
the yes, he said something like,
Yeah.
however, express concern.
However,
Express concern regarding the proposed.
proposed amenity space,
You can either say poor amenity space or
proposed inadequate amenity
Inadequate,
space.
yeah, inadequate.
Yeah, but yes.
I can find words on it, see.
Yeah, because I mean this could be quite old, couldn't it, as well? But no idea how big this hedges behind now. Conifers. You know, so the amenity space is going to be minuscule as well.
yeah, it's like you. I think you mean, yeah. There's
Is
hedging
that
or something.
right? Something old there, I know.
Okay, so,
Okay,
that's
so however expressed concern regarding the proposed inadequate amenity space for the projected occupants of facilities.
At least probably.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Reasonable wording.
leave it, I might.
Oh, well.
Tweak it.
Yep.
Be that old, no.
No?
No, otherwise they've got to.
Mm.
Okay.
It just feels a little bit sort of in a bit really.
I suppose it's still separate, isn't it?
What I don't like is the fact that there's like no greenery at all to the front of the...
Completely hard.
Completely hard down
No,
there.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a time, you know, if there wasn't any landscaping, things would be thrown out, but I think we moved on
I think
from
we're
that.
getting a bit desperate really.
Yes.
Okay, so then we go to 35 the Deering. This is one of those single-storey buildings in the Deering. There's a little bit of infill at the back, and then there is a single-storey flat roof extension to the rear, which is a bedroom. I don't think that has any impact on the neighbours, does it, Helen?
Right.
The single-storey.
Filling in the gap between the garage and the lounge to extend the utility rooms. Nice addition. Good size plot to accommodate the proposed extension. Ample parking for 4 bedrooms, not conservation.
Again.
Yeah. And then we've got 2 applications in respect of this property 14 Newton Close. I find it a little bit difficult to follow what was going on here. So there's a side window.
First application is just purely adding a window in the porch.
Okay.
And that was literally it.
So we haven't got any issues with that.
No.
And then
This one is basically Newton Close. I've tried to explain to them how this works. We've got independent people. Newton Close, by the sounds of it, the road is a lot higher than the actual properties
Correct.
themselves. So
Yeah.
you have to essentially drive to park on your drive. You park on quite a
Yeah.
steep slope.
Yeah.
What we're proposing to do is to create a build-up so that they are driving onto a level parking space, and that is it, basically.
okay,
That's
all agreed,
it.
no objections?
No objections to that.
Yeah.
Right, and then we will note that there is an appeal in relation to 14 Townsend Lane. And then note the decisions. I think there's anything contentious in there.
I didn't see anything contentious.
Okay, so the meeting closed at 8:24.
Oh.